this term rivalry is used in time and time again when these two nations meet at a multi-team event. I also can't fathom why Pakistan opted to bowl first on that kind of a wicket. And yes, coming back to Ishan Kishan, as you were saying, obviously his innings made a big difference. The Premadasa pitch was challenging, I agree, but it's not that you can't chase down 170 odd there. As far as batting is concerned, they have almost all of them, barring Mitchell Marsh. They have Travis Head, they have Glenn Maxwell, they have Tim David.
Hello and welcome to the Cricket Hub. Today, along with me, the senior correspondent of Telegraph, Mr. Shayok Banerjee. Shayok, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Partho.
Shayok, yet another comprehensive win for Team India against Pakistan in ICC Trophy. And I should say that comprehensive may be the word, and the other word should be the one-sided game. Absolutely one-sided game India won today. What do you think about today's match?
And, just as most of us had expected, because this Pakistan team, I mean, not just this Pakistan team, but since 2023, rather,
Hmm.
Pakistan's standard has consistently and steadily fallen.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, this term rivalry is used in time and time again when these two nations meet at a multi-team event. But
Exactly.
I don't think this term should be used any longer.
Absolutely. The question is
I,
rivalry exists on date, on date or not?
it doesn't exist at all. It is just about a few politicians of both countries, few
Hmm.
leaders, and their patrons and voters, who thrive on hate, who are fond of digging up the painful partition which happened some hundreds of years ago, or maybe I just don't want to recall. You know,
And maybe some media houses also for their eyeball catching
no,
and all.
these media
I
houses. No,
think this
since I myself am a part of the media, so I know that you can't really blame these media houses because they are run by people who are. I mean, I'm not talking about all the media, but a
absolutely.
good number of media
Hmm.
media organizations in India at least are run by a few people who are quite close to these corrupt politicians and leaders who thrive on hate and like digging up the past just to intensify this this communal disharmony. So it's for them who are there in both India and Pakistan. For them, I mean, all what matters to them is winning votes and elections, because that's the way. Because hate is the only way they can survive. Otherwise, they won't. They know it very well. So, and again, there were no handshakes in this game. I mean, why do you need to play then? I find it very
Exactly.
silly, absolutely silly. Anyway,
Yes.
so you know, coming back to Pakistan, so I mean, at least I was not at all surprised, seeing them capitulate in this manner because the
And do
game
you
was
think the
over.
business and do you think that the business regarding the match, regarding this India Pakistan match, surrounding this India Pakistan match, will exist? Will get
At,
some longer
at
life?
some point, it won't, because these people who are only bothered about business and just somehow want this contest to happen say in Asia Cup or the World Cups,
Hmm.
at some point in time they will also be losing interest, because if you if you happens if you happen to see, you know, one after one-sided encounters,
Exactly.
you're bound to lose interest.
Definitely. Definitely.
No matter how communal you are, at the end of the day, money matters, money talks.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No matter how much amount of a hatred you have for one community, at the end of the day, it's money that talks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if we come back to the cricket, we must say about one thing that is, I think, Ishan Kishan. If we go
Obviously,
back a couple of months,
his innings made a difference today, because it wasn't,
absolutely,
uh,
absolutely,
too easy a pitch to bat on.
yes,
Yeah, and I also can't fathom why Pakistan opted to bowl first on that kind of a wicket.
exactly, exactly.
And,
The
uh,
same question raised by Shandipan as well in our show.
Absolutely, had this been a stronger Pakistani team,
Hmm.
allegations of fixing would already have been on. Uh, but this Pakistan team is so substandard that that even such allegations cannot be raised,
Yes,
because the game was over by the uh, by the end of the second over of the run chase, when they were 13 for 3, and the short
exactly.
selection. What to say? Even the Nepal team has uh,
With a
batsmen.
maturity, maybe.
Yeah, they are more judicious in terms of shot selection. At least more judicious than these Pakistani players. And yes,
Exactly.
coming back to Ishan Kishan, as you were saying, obviously his innings made a big difference. Because otherwise, I think India would have struggled to reach even 150. Because if you take his 77, I think he scored 77 of 40 odd balls, I think.
Yes,
So
77 in 40 balls with 192 strike rate in this
192 straight.
particular wicket. Phenomenal.
Absolutely. You know, as Matthew Hayden had pointed out during commentary, that Pakistani bowlers made a mistake of not making Ishan play enough outside the off stump, because his strike rate when playing on the offside or outside the off stump had reduced to 120.
Hmm.
So that is one mistake they made, and I think they also missed a trick in not bringing on Usman Tariq early.
Yes,
That was one mistake they made. And but all said and done, some of the shots that Ishan played was just fabulous. The
exactly. And if you go back a couple of months, you will see that Ishan Kishan even nowhere in the picture. And before
absolutely
that, for
nowhere.
some disciplinary action was against him. He was out of the BCCI central contract. So he was absolutely out of the picture. And from there, a fantastic domestic season. And from coming from that domestic season here, man of the player at Pakistan match in the World Cup. How will you describe this journey?
You know, a few weeks back, I think it was before the New Zealand T20 eyes. I had also worked on an article
Hmm,
about Ishan.
hmm,
So I had spoken to a former Jharkhand batsman, and I think he had captained Jharkhand as well, Ishan Jaggi.
hmm.
So although Ishan Jaggi had not spent too much of a time with Ishan, but very little bit of time, but even in that short period, Ishank, Ishan Jaggi
Hmm.
had worked a little bit on Ishan's technique.
Okay.
That small phase was quite important. I had asked Ishan, uh, I had requested him to elaborate a bit, but he said that since the World Cup is coming up, so I don't think it would be right to reveal everything that
Exactly.
I have worked, no, that I have worked upon with Ishan.
Hmm.
Apart from Ishan Jaggi, Ishan had during Jharkhand's Nets sessions, he had worked a fair bit with the current Jharkhand coach as well.
Hmm.
So, uh, and besides, he has a personal coach to Jayanta Mojumdar.
Hmm.
Uh, but uh, but but precisely, it's that short period with Ishang Jaggi and the time he spent at the Jharkhand Nets. These two were of paramount importance for Ishan,
Hmm.
because since then, if you look at his scores, especially in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, which Jharkhand won, he was the captain as well.
Yes.
That I mean, that performance had a massive role to play behind the turnaround that he has been able to make.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and in the Vijay Hazare Trophy also, I don't. I think he didn't play all the matches, but his numbers weren't bad. I can't recall the exact numbers, but it
Yeah,
wasn't
he
bad.
did, he did a remarkable
He,
performance at least over
he
there.
did he did reasonably well in the
Hmm.
national one days as well. So
Exactly.
and what bodes well for him is that whatever he has learned from either Ishang Jaggi or the Jharkhand coach, whoever it is,
Hmm.
the execution has been perfect so far.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes.
on television it may seem that he's getting all dibbly dobbly kind of deliveries from the rival batsman, you know, but if you watch standing from the sidelines, it's never easy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's never easy.
And
So
most importantly, handling the pressure of India-Pakistan match. We can say that Pakistan nowadays a substandard team, whatever. But pressure of
yeah, a
India-Pakistan match
little
is
bit.
always there.
Yeah, I think Ishan himself had admitted that after the Namibia match, when he came for the press conference, he had said that 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 India Pakistan game is a special one.
Absolutely.
He himself
Absolutely.
had said it. So, I mean, for players like him, it has to be special
Exactly. Exactly. And
because he
he
hasn't
spent
played many of the India
absolutely
Pakistan
tough
matches.
time since 2023 World Cup and the tour of South Africa. After that, he spent a tough time. Now I think the time to cherish for Ishan Kishan. And
Yeah, because we are yet to see the best of Abhishek Sharma so far in this World Cup. So it's very important for India that at least Ishan keeps firing at the top.
exactly, exactly.
And
Yeah, Abhishek Sharma
I'm
couldn't
also not
even
sure. I'm
open
also
his
not sure
account.
how far Abhishek Sharma is fit. I'm
Yes,
not very
yes.
sure.
But we are just not it's not reflecting on the performance as Ishan Kishan is covering the whole things. Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you
Uh,
look back at today's game, also, barring Ishan Kishan and Shivam Dubey a little
and
towards the end,
and a few shots from
performance
Rinku
from
Singh.
Rinku Singh, I think, yeah, he took a 4 and a 6 in the last over. So, barring those two cameos, there's nothing home to write about India's batting.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it looked like that Ishan Kishan played on some different wicket today.
Absolutely, absolutely. In the kind of shot,
But I can't understand one simple thing that in Indian innings we saw that Pakistan spinners bowled 18 overs. So how the wicket helped the spinners you can understand with this figure only. But at the time of Pakistan innings, on the very first 2 overs, they lost 3 wickets to the pacers.
yeah, this only shows how uh, how pathetic their application is.
Yeah,
You look back at the first three. Okay, second wicket was that of a boom. It came from a Bumrah Yorker. That's fine. Okay,
yeah,
I discount that. but the other two dismissals, the first wicket and the third wicket.
How do you
So how do you justify those shots?
exactly?
How do you justify those shots? You can't justify that.
Yes.
For a batsman in form, Sahibzada Farhan, he tried to play as if Pakistan was chasing 200.
Yes.
Yeah, pitch was not very. Yeah, the Premadasa pitch was challenging. I agree, but it's not that you can't chase down 170 odd there.
Yeah.
I I
Absolutely.
beg to
And
differ.
it never their intent was not there. It never looked that they
Absolutely, and
really keen to chase the target.
and if you analyze it rationally,
Hmm.
you will see that India's bowling too was nothing extraordinary today.
Hmm. Absolutely.
They just followed the basics. That's all.
Yeah. They maintain the basics.
Yeah, but I mean, from a two-time champion, you have to expect at least this bit.
Yes.
But the way Pakistan batted, it's just horrible. Even USA had done better than them.
Exactly. 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 Anyways, I will not wait too longer because I know you have to cover a match of Italy versus England on tomorrow morning. So you have to go to Eden Gardens and we'll get all the updates from there. And at the same time, and after that, you have to travel to cover the India's next match, which is in Ahmedabad against Netherlands. But
Okay.
we should not forget one more very important match is there on tomorrow, which is between Australia and Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Our other correspondent, Mr. Shandipan Banerjee, is traveling there to cover the match from Kandy. But I'll ask you I'll ask you a simple question on that match from that encounter tomorrow. That what do you think? Who is favorite on tomorrow's match, Sri Lanka or Australia?
It's tough to say who are the favorites, but yes, momentum is definitely with Sri Lanka because they haven't lost yet. They have
Hmm.
won. I think both the matches they've won so far. Yeah, they won.
Yes.
And Australia, I can only say Australia under the pump because
But
if you lose to Zimbabwe, I don't. I still really can't understand how they goofed it up because yes, their bowling is weak. We all know that,
yes,
ex- especially their pace attack. But
absolutely.
they when in as far as batting is concerned, they have almost all of them, barring Mitchell Marsh. They have Travis Head,
Yes.
they have Glenn Maxwell, they have Tim David. They have almost everyone. Cameron Green too is also there, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then they brought Steve Smith as well. Though he's not a special, we cannot say that he's a specialist in his
yeah, he
format.
didn't play. He didn't play against Zimbabwe, but the rest were
But
there. And if you play for Australia, if you can't chase down 160 odd against a team like Zimbabwe, that is quite embarrassing, and that's not that's not done.
yes, yes, absolutely. But it's a very important match, and it's a kind of knockout. If Sri Lanka win tomorrow, then Australia will be out of the World Cup, and we will see Zimbabwe to qualify for the Super 8.
No,
So it's
even if Australia win, are they sure of qualifying?
not sure, not sure.
Not sure because
Yes,
know,
net run rate will come to.
if you check it,
Uh,
yeah, if you check the group, Zimbabwe, I think Zimbabwe, and even if they lose to Sri Lanka, assuming they will lose to Sri Lanka, they have already, I think they have beaten Oman and Australia, and they still have to
have,
play another team, Ireland.
yes,
Have they
yes,
played
yes.
Ireland? Have they played Ireland?
No, not yet.
So they have a decent chance of beating Ireland. So in that
Yeah,
case, they too finish with 3 wins and a
absolutely.
defeat.
So it's
So it can boil down to net run rate again.
absolutely. Actually, Group B is the only group which is wide open till now.
Wide open till now. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we'll obviously keep an eye on that match on tomorrow's. And thank you again, Shayok, for joining with us. We'll catch you soon in some other program.
Thank you so much.